Live from the Arlen Horn Sports Center Arena, the PCC Men's Eagles basketball will be playing Trinity College of Florida tonight. We want to welcome you to live stream from across the country. My name is Stephen Bell. Alongside with me is Noah Frary. Thank you so much for joining us in tonight. Hopefully having a good December so far. We're going to point out some key aspects of the game. And Noah, what's some information you got us for tonight's game?
Yeah, thanks, Stephen. So the Eagles, in their last 5 games, we come in at 0-5. It's been a tough stretch for us. We've played some pretty good teams. We've played one top NAIA school, actually 2, and we've played a Division II team. So look for us to maybe turn it around. This is our first conference game of the season. You've got Dakota Pratt. He leads the team. He's averaging right around 15 points a game. He's got 132 points scored on the season. So look for him offensively. He really is how the Eagles to go right now. He scored 24 points on Tuesday night. So look for Dakota early on. The Eagles are only scoring about 70 points on the year, so that's something we're going to need to step up. Talking with Coach Getch a little bit before the game, they're going to look to get some shots up early. The goal is to score some points. That's been something we've definitely been struggling with. Now, on the season, the Eagles are also averaging right around 26 turnovers a game. It's hard to win when you're averaging that many turnovers. So look for them to try to shore that up. It's going to be a work in progress. It doesn't happen overnight. Really young team. So look for that to happen. Our offensive player to watch tonight, Ian Johnson. I mentioned Dakota Pratt. He's our leading scorer. He's going to need some help. So look for Ian. He's been basically our second leading scorer all year. Look for him to maybe step up tonight, give us some big points, and maybe allow us to, pace us with Dakota. Let's try to get the win tonight. On defense, you got Deontay Hollums. He's coming back tonight. He's only played 1 game this year. So look for him tonight. He's our best on-ball defender. So look for him as we go ahead. We're going to try to shut down number 0 on Trinity. He's averaging right around 20 points a game. So.
Hey, that sounds great, and we'll turn it over to our live stream announcement, and we'll check back with you in a minute.
Welcome to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the PCC Eagles and Trinity College of Florida. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, we would ask that everyone that can to stand, remove your caps, and join us in prayer to be given by Seth Fuller. Following prayer, please remain standing for the national anthem of the United States of America.
Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for this day that you have given us. Thank you for all that you've done for us. Thank you for the opportunity that you've given these men to come out and exhibit the talents that you have given them. Thank you for getting Trinity here safely. I pray that you give them safety as they travel home as well. Father, I pray that you be with each and every one of the players out here tonight. Keep them safe, keep them free from injury. Be with the coaches, give them wisdom as they lead their respective teams. Give the refs wisdom as well as they make their calls. And Lord, may everything that is said and done tonight by players, by fans, by coaches, and officials alike be honoring and glorifying to your name. For it is in the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting today for Trinity College, number 0, John Coleman. Number 21, Eliseo Sanchez. Number 22, Edmund Lara. Number 33, Jordan Stewart. Number 55, Peyton Lane. Trinity College is led by Coach Rob Opedisano and Coach Bobby Bowman. And now, your Pensacola Christian College Eagles. A junior guard standing at 6'2", from Nassau, Bahamas, number 11, Ian Johnson. A sophomore forward standing at 6'5", from Norton, Ohio, number 21, Dakota Pratt. A freshman guard standing at 6'3", from Lagos, Nigeria, number 25, James Shodamu. A freshman guard standing at 6'3", from North Augusta, South Carolina, number 32, Micah Keener. And a freshman forward standing at 6'8", from Sagertown, Pennsylvania, number 41, Jared McCrillis. The Eagles are led by Coach Mark Getsch with assistant coach Casey Christian. Officiating for tonight's game are Mark Sandoval, Marcus Williams, and Stephen Newhouse. Hey Eagles fans, don't forget to post a picture in your ugly Christmas sweater to be entered in the halftime contest. You can submit your photos on Instagram using the hashtag #WeArePCCEagles.
All right, we want to welcome you back to tonight's game. If you're tuning in now, live streaming, PCC Eagles taking on Trinity College Tigers. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. From across the country, maybe from Bahamas, even Nigeria. If you are, we want to welcome you to tonight's game. Exciting game we have for you tonight. My name's Stephen Bell. Along with me is Noah Furry once again. Noah, are you excited about tonight's game?
Yeah, I am. I'll honestly admit, though, the thing I'm most excited about is this blue jacket that Coach Getsch is wearing over here. I don't think I've ever seen him wear that before. He's trying to break a losing streak here, so he might be mixing it up a little bit with his jacket, so we'll see how that goes this evening.
And the Eagles win the tip. Number 25 will bring the ball down the court. Gets it to Dakota. Dakota to Jared McCrillis. Jared to Ian. Ian looks to get a play going here.
It's a good start right there from the Eagles. You see some good ball movement there. You got two freshmen starting out here. You got James Shadimu and Micah Keener. So we're really going to need them tonight.
And Ian will take the shot. And Micah Keener with the rebound. Keener to Jared McCrillis, and they'll set up the offense once again. James will look to penetrate, gets it to Dakota. Dakota, and a late whistle, but looked like there was contact, and Dakota will be shooting two.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you want to see out of this Eagles team. James is a scorer, but you don't necessarily want to see him try to score right here. You want to see them dump the ball into Dakota Pratt. That's exactly what they did there. You didn't get the layup there, but you did get the foul. You're putting them at the line.
And tonight's a special night for us Eagles. And what's some of the stuff that's going on tonight, Noah?
Yes, actually we've got a ton going on tonight. Right before the game, the Eagles, we put together a toy drive. Our students have put together some toys that we're actually going to be taking out and donating with Christian Service tomorrow. Make sure you stick around at halftime. We're actually going to stay live. We're going to be opening up our banner. We're going to be showing our soccer banner off tonight, revealing it. Our whole soccer team's here, so we've got a lot going on tonight. We're pretty excited.
And John Coleman will bring the ball up for Trinity Tigers. 21, he gets it to number 22, Edmund Lara. He gets it in to Jordan Stewart. Jordan takes the shot, miss, and rebounded by Ian Johnson. Ian gets to Jared. He thought about shooting it, and he will, and it's good. Eagles 4-0. Sorry, go ahead, Noah.
That's a good sign for Jared McCrillis right there. He's been struggling to score this year, so to get an early bucket, put the Eagles up 4, it's exactly what I want to see right now.
Jordan looks to dish it out, and will pull, and a rebound by Jared McCrillis, and Eagles with the ball again. Ian gets to James. James kicks it out to Jared, and Jared for the 3, and almost went in, rebounded by Dakota Pratt. And it'll be out and be Tigers ball. 4-0 the score so far, 18:21 left to play. Peyton Lane brings it.
Now you really see Ian right there trying to deny number 0, John Coleman. He's obviously their best player. He's scoring almost 20 points a game. Dropped 32 the other night, so really look for some good defense on him. You're going to see Ian on him. You're going to see Deontay on him. They're going to throw everything we got at him. The goal is to slow him down and force some of their other players to beat us tonight.
And a good point you mentioned there, Deontay Holmes. We talked about that last week. He's playing back again for the Eagles, so we're glad to have him back.
Yeah, absolutely. Deontay Holmes, he's a spark plug. He's probably our best on-ball defender, so it's going to be great to have him back for this game, especially as we move into second half. Really, he could be a difference maker for the Eagles as we move forward.
And Jared with the Brock, and he will get in for just checked in, number 4, Tyler Rose. Ian looks to drive, and he does, and it's good. Coleman brings it, 55 shoots it, and it's good for the Tigers.
You like to see the early offense. We needed a quick start, get the fans involved. As you saw if you were with us on Monday night, the fans here really make a difference. I honestly think it's good for 10 or 15 points, so the sooner we get them involved, the better chance we're going to have tonight.
Number 21, Alicio Sanchez has the ball. He gets to Jordan Stewart. Jordan Stewart kicks it out to Peyton. Peyton decides to take it and rebounded by Jared McCrillis. And stolen by Sanchez. He'll kick it out to Lara, and he misses. Thought he was fouled, but it'll be Eagles ball. Ian with the ball. Ian gets it to Dakota. Dakota drives, and it's good. 10 threes the score so far. Eagles 10, Tigers 3. Coleman brings it up. Coleman looks for someone to move. He gets it to Jordan Stewart. He kicks it out to Sanchez. Sanchez gets it to Peyton. He'll shoot. And he is fouled. And it looks like Peyton will be going to line shooting 2.
Steven, we've definitely seen some good offense early on. Great ball movement. It's good to see Ian playing well. It's good to see Jared playing well. We're really going to need those two. We mentioned Dakota. He's already playing well. He's got 4 quick points. I think Jared's also got 4, so we're really going to need to see someone else step up tonight. Dakota can't carry the load on his own.
Peyton misses the first free throw. Tyron Bond of the Tigers will be checking in for Edmund Lara. And he misses both. Tyler with the rebound. It's a little bit of a trouble. Gets it to Micah Keener, trying to get it across. And does so with some style. And it'll be Eagles ball.
I think if I'm Coach Getch right there, I'd really actually like to see Jared McCrillis try to get that back out top, try to set up the offense. They rushed it right there a little, almost with the turnover. That's something that we are going to have to watch out throughout the rest of this game.
And you talked about that last week, how Jared needs to be more aggressive. And it kind of looks like that's what he's trying to do here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting. Obviously, we lost Seth Crane this year. We lost Andrew Thomas. We lost Aaron Hill. They didn't end up coming back and playing. So Jared on last year's team, he's a very good player. As you can tell, most people who are 6'9" and can dunk like him, they're going to be good players. But he was kind of, almost forced to kind of play back burner a little bit. Now this year, as a junior, he's stepping in. We need him to step up, so it'll be interesting to see as he evolves throughout this season. Are you going to see him step up and really become that second or third dominant scorer that the Eagles are really looking for right now?
Sanchez gets the 3 to get in. Coleman with the steal. Back to Coleman. He'll reset the offense for the Tigers. Derek Owens will shoot. He misses. Tyler with the rebound. Tyler's trapped again. And it'll be Eagles ball.
You can hear Coach Getch yelling right there. He really wants to see our guards be strong with the ball. Some tough pressure right now. They just got to chin the ball, look for a good pass, and try not to turn the ball over, as you just saw right there.
Peyton with this. Jordan Stewart the steal. Jordan Stewart will drive. He's blocked by Jared McCrillis. Coleman will shoot, and it's good. And just like that, the Tigers are back in the game. 10-9 in the first half. Ian with the nice pass, and Jared McCrillis with the finish. And you talked about that aggressiveness. He's been aggressive tonight.
Yeah, and that was great distribution by Ian Johnson. He tends to be the player that likes to shoot a lot, but it's great to see him distributing that ball. Get it to Jared. Get Jared started early on. I think that's 6 early points for Jared McCrillis. That's exactly what you want to see if you're Coach Getch.
Sanchez with the miss. Tyler with another rebound. Almost got turned over. Gets it to Keener. He'll shoot. Dakota with the rebound is fouled. And 2 fan favorites are checking in, Marlon Gardner and Deontay Hullums. Good to have him back.
Yeah, as I mentioned, definitely it's good to have Deontay Hullums back tonight. He's going to bring some great defense. He also scores a lot. He was telling me before the game, not trying to brag, but he scored 17 in a JV game against University of Mobile on Tuesday night. So we're really going to need that scoring, but like I said, he's going to guard number 0 when he's out there tonight. He's our best on-ball defender, so that'll really help us.
Marlon with the drive, gets his own rebound. McCrillis will drive. Lost the ball, gets it to Sanchez. Sanchez will take it all the way. And 12-11, Eagles with the lead. Gardner gets it to Deontay. Deontay gets it to Tyler. Tyler to McCrillis. McCrillis back to Dakota. And Deontay will drive, kicks it out to Jared. Jared thought he was fouled, and it will be Tigers ball. And C.J. Peoples, we haven't mentioned his name yet for the Tigers. He just checked in, and he'll bring the ball in. Looks like he gave Coleman some minutes, give him some rest. And Tyler with the steal for the Eagles. and got his own, I don't know how he almost turned it over, but got the ball back. Get it to Gardner. Gardner to Jared. Jared kicks it out to Deontay. He'll shoot. And Peoples with the rebound.
Now we've definitely been talking Deontay Hollums up a little bit. You're going to see a little bit of rust as he comes back, so that's a good early shot for him. Something he can definitely make. You want to see him taking that shot.
Gardner with the miss. It looks like timeout by the Tigers. And while they're in this timeout, what do you think, Coach Getch, what's something that Eagles could work on here?
Again, you saw Coach Getch get pretty upset there a second ago with Tyler Rose. These turnover problems, it's oftentimes right now what we're dealing with is it's the freshmen. They haven't played at the college level as much. The game tends to speed up when you're new, at least at the college level. Most of them, they've been the best player in high school. Any of their dribble moves, they're going to get by the guy who's guarding them. So they'll try to do that out here, and then they're playing better competition, and oftentimes, you cause the turnovers, or you cause the play to get slowed down a little bit. So he's telling his guys, he's telling them to just calm down, to breathe a little, play the game. You're on this team for a reason. Come out here, show the fans why. Look for them to come out. You see John Clay coming in right off the bat here. Look for him to maybe try to settle us down a little bit. Also look for Deontay to maybe be that calming factor we're looking for right now.
And the Tigers will inbound. 12:36 left to play in the first half. And Tyron Bond with a big miss. And Gardner turns it over to Peoples. He'll drive. Blocked by Dakota. Dakota to McCrillis. McCrillis to Clay. Kicks it out to Gardner. Gardner thought about shooting. Gets Dakota. Dakota with the miss. Looked like there was a lot of contact there. He thought he was fouled. And it'll be back Tigers ball.
One thing to watch here, Steven, is the rebounding battle. We're going to see who wins that tonight. The Eagles come in on the season averaging right around 45 rebounds. Trinity's only averaging 33, so that's something we're going to need to exploit if we want to win this game. You got to see us rebound the ball. Don't give Trinity too many opportunities because they are such a good shooting team.
Dakota takes it in for two.
That's a great post move there by Dakota Pratt.
Peoples will bring it up. And he will draw the foul. Number 34, Alex Dickerman will be checking in for Jared McCrillis. He's a new guy, but he has a lot of potential, as you said before.
Yeah, he's a freshman. He's almost 7 foot. That's exactly what you want if you're Coach Getch. Still a little young. He played at Pensacola Christian Academy last year. He's one of our better players. Helped lead them to their first district title in a long time. So he's a good player. He's just going to need to speed up to the college level, but ultimately height's going to play up at the college level. You want to have as many close to 7 foot guys as you possibly can.
Yeah, and something last year they kind of struggled with that. They had some big guys, but not really height. So it's good to see they have height here.
Yeah, we had some real good shooters last year, but we didn't have a lot of height down low. It's a little aching from what coaches had in the past. I think back to Tom Andrews. I think back to John Andrews. There's some big guys, and you like to be able to fill the post with some big guys. You can really trust them when it comes down to crunch time to guard that rim, and that was something we kind of struggled a lot with last year and even into the early bit of this year. But I think with the height, you look at Alex, you look at Dakota, you look at Jared, that's only got to start to play up. They're going to have a charge right there going the other way for the Eagles.
And it looks like McCrillis will be back in the game, as well as Micah Keener. We'll be checking in for Deontay and for Dakota.
Dakota definitely deserves this break. He's been running up and down the court. I think he's got 8 points already, so he definitely deserves a little bit of a breather here.
And looks like Tigers will press. And Gardner misses the layup and rebounded by number 3, Anthony Bryant. Derek Owens with the ball. He turns it over, and it'll be Eagles ball. you're just tuning in, is 10:29 left to play in the first half. 14 Eagles, 13 Tigers of Trinity College.
In that play there, you really want to see Alex Dickerman step up, demand the ball. He's so much taller than everyone else on the court, and then you want to give him the chance to distribute, try to find one of your guards. So maybe a little bit quicker there. You want to see him rotate up and try to demand the ball a little bit there.
Stewart with the ball. Stewart with the spin move. And Micah Keener will get the ball. He thought he was fouled. Stewart will take it in, and he'll slam it for 2. Keener to Garner. Garner's trying to run a play here for the Eagles. Try to slow things down. Dickerman takes it all the way and misses the layup. And number 11 for the Tigers will bring the ball up, Derek Owens. Owens to Coleman. Sorry, back to Peoples. Peoples to Stewart. Stewart back to Peoples. And bounces in for the Tigers, and it'll be Eagles ball. And Tigers will have their first lead of the night.
Tough play right there for Alex Dickerman. You really want to see Jared McCrillis try to get it a little closer to his head. We talk about his height. That's tough for a tall guy to go down low and try to get that ball. So if Jared can even bury it right in the middle of his chest or even a little bit higher, give Alex a chance to catch the ball and then either look for the pass or try to score there. That's really what we've got to see.
Dakota with the ball. Clay will shoot, and it's good. John Clay with the big 3. The Eagles needed that.
And John Clay's another one of our freshmen. He hasn't played a ton early on in this season, but he's a building block. He's one of those players that you want to see out here and you want to see continue to grow because he might not get as many minutes this year, but he's going to be playing in the future.
Tyron Bond takes it a hole. He is fouled, and he'll be shooting 2.
You see Coach Getch right there begging for a call, maybe an offensive foul instead of the foul on our athlete.
Tyron makes the first. Sanchez checks back in the game. Misses the second. McCrillis with the rebound. Keener will bring it up. Gets it to Ian Johnson. Shot clock at 16. Dakota finds Ian. And Ian gets it up. He gets the rebound, but it looks like it didn't hit the rim, so it'll be a shot clock violation. And it will be Tigers ball. Sanchez with the ball. Gets it back to Peoples. Get it Tyron. Tyron for 2. Gives Tigers the lead. Clay gets it to Keener. The Eagles will bring it up. Gets it back to Clay. Clay will get back to Keener. Almost turned it over. Clay will shoot. Almost went in. Johnson with the big rebound and the putback.
Yeah, Ian Johnson, he's probably known for his scoring, but another one of his calling cards is his rebounding. The other night against Concordia, I believe he had 11 rebounds, 9 of them offensive rebounds. So he gives the Eagles a lot of opportunities, something you definitely want to see out of one of your guards. He's one of the better rebounding guards in the league right now. We're going to see an offensive foul called there on Trinity, and the Eagles are going to go the other way.
And he didn't think there was contact, but there definitely was. Number 25, James Shadumu will check in the game. He'll bring it up. Gets it to Clay. Clay will get to Ian Johnson. Get it to Dakota. Nice pass to Ian. Dakota with the rebound, and he is fouled.
You might have seen some smoke and mirrors there, but I'll tell you that entire play was for Dakota Pratt. They were trying to pound the ball into Dakota. You want to do that. You want to give him a chance to put the layup up, and if he misses it, you're putting him at the line. He's one of our better free throw shooters, so look for him to maybe make both here and help widen the Eagles' lead a little bit.
Misses the first. 21-20 is the score. Eagles are up by 1. 6:53 left to play in the first half. Misses both free throws. Peoples will bring the ball up. Gets it to Bond. Bond will shoot, and it's good. Ian will give it to James. James will get it to Clay. Clay will bring it up, try to run, get something going here for the Eagles. Dakota gets to McCrillis. Clay will shoot. Sanchez will get to Anthony Bryant. He'll shoot. It's no good. Bond with the rebound, and it's good. 24-21, Tigers lead by 3. Jared almost turned it over. Gets it to James. And Clay with the travel.
Steven, if you're Coach Getch here, you're definitely satisfied with how we started, but you're not happy with it. I think that you can very easily see we probably should have the lead right now. Again, you've kind of seen some of the players looking to rush things a little bit, not necessarily making the right pass. So he's really going to hope that tends to clear its way up. It's a close game, so you're happy about that, but you definitely think that you could either have the lead here or be up by 5 or 6 points at this point.
And we have Bryant with the travel. Not called a lot in college, but it's good to see that.
Well, it's not called a lot in college, and it's definitely not called at all in the pros.
I've given up on the NBA with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw LeBron James take 5 or 6 steps last night before he even dribbled. So it's funny how that works. I think as you go up levels, you see it called a ton at the high school level, but you'd think as the players got better, it would get called, less, and that's what we found out.
Well, it's good to see here. We call traveling. Ian Johnson with the ball. Gets it to Dakota. Dakota's fouled again.
I believe that's going to be the 7th foul on Trinity, so it's going to put the Eagles in the bonus. We're going to be shooting 1-and-1 here. Dakota Pratt's going to shoot 1.
And as of right now, it seems like Tigers have no answers for Dakota.
Yeah, Steven, they really haven't. They don't have a ton of size down low. I was talking to their coach a little bit before their game. Their best post player, he hurt his MCL early in the season, so we hope he gets to feeling better. But we're definitely a little thankful tonight because it allows us to kind of play in our strength, which is our bigs down low. We've talked about Jared. We've talked about Dakota. We've even talked about Alex Dickerman a lot. So it definitely plays into our strength. So we'll see if the Eagles can exploit that because ultimately Trinity's guards are probably a little bit better than us tonight.
Dakota with the rebound, gets it to James. James kicks it to Nathaniel. Nice pass to Dakota, but Dakota didn't see it, and it will be a Tigers ball.
Yeah, I mean, right there, you see a great thought, poor execution. You want to see, again, a freshman stepping in right there. You want to see him slow it down. That pass is there, but that pass is a tough pass to make.
Yeah, usually with the big man, you want him to get in his position first, and he rushed it, like you said. Sanchez with the 2, and it's a 7-point lead. Tigers are leading 28-21. James takes it all the way. Thought Dakota was there. He thought he was fouled. Derek Owens gets it to Jordan Stewart, and he'll be going to the line.
you can definitely see tonight so far that Trinity's game really is in the transition. You haven't seen a lot from them in the half court yet. They're really looking to get the rebound, run and gun, try to score that basket early. Ultimately, what they're trying to do is take our bigs out of the game. Our bigs are really going to have to hustle, get down the court. They're going to have to battle down there because we've got to shut down their guards right now. Their guards are hurting us bad early on.
If you're tuning in so far for the first half, I want to welcome you to tonight's streaming. Eagles are playing the Tigers. This is our last game of the season. We'll talk about a little bit later about some big games coming up next semester. But I want to thank you if you're tuning in tonight's game. So far, it's pretty exciting. You know, it's like I said, Eagles, there's plenty of time left for the Eagles to get back in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Only 4 minutes left in this half, but we got another 20 in the next half. You want to keep this close. You don't want to give Trinity a chance to blow it, to run it up early on right before the half. You want to try to keep it within 5. You want to see if maybe even you can battle back to tie here. But you want to give yourself a chance coming out at halftime. Coach is very good at adjustments in the halftime. As a manager back when I was in college, I used to be in the locker room. So I used to get to hear his halftime speeches. I'll tell you they're great for those of you who are listening. He's one of the better coaches when it comes to giving a good halftime speech. We've talked about our women's coach, Jared Sellers, making adjustments. He's very good at making adjustments in the half. Coach Getch is very good at making adjustments at the break. So you've got to keep it close if you're the Eagles. You want to give yourself a chance in the second half. Let Coach Getch work his magic.
Gardner checked back in the game. He shoots, as well as Deontay checked in the game as well, Deontay Holmes. Bryant thought about shooting. He gives it to Sanchez. He'll shoot. Ian Johnson with the rebound. Deontay, his first basket tonight. And it's good to have him back.
Absolutely. He's going to be a huge piece of this Eagles team as we move forward. We've really missed him early on, missed our senior leadership right there, so it's great to have Deontay Holmes back.
Lara will take it all the way, and he does. He finishes. James will bring it up for the Eagles, gets it to Ian Johnson. Ian Johnson with the block. There's a lot of contact on that play. Tigers thought it was a charge. Eagles are trying to argue as well as coaches say it was an act of shooting. And the refs will try to figure it out here. It looks like there's just and it looks like they're going to inbound it. And it still looks like they're trying to figure out. They said it was an act of shooting, but either way.
Yeah, I think Coach Getch right here, he's trying to plead that. I got to admit, from my vantage point, he was clearly up in the air when he got fouled. He made the shot. He should be going to the line, but unfortunately, we're going to be inbounding the ball down low. Actually, I think this is, we're actually in the 1-and-1. That's what it is. So it's not an and one. We're not going to count the basket, but Ian is going to go to the line and shoot 2. Sorry for the confusion there.
Ian will look to shoot 1 of 2. He makes the first one. Sorry. Yeah, we always switch over with the girls, guys. He got the first one. That's why he'll be able to shoot the second one.
Yeah, I wish the guys' game seems to always be a little bit behind the girls' game. The girls' game is newer, but you see the girls' game, they're willing to adopt a lot of things a lot quicker than the guys' game. The guys, I think part of it's just the purists in the sport. You want to see it be how it's always been, but to be honest, I've started to enjoy the way the girls' game plays out a little bit more with the 4 quarters, with the double bonus. It speeds the game up a little bit, and I got to admit I like that at this point.
Bryant will shoot. He misses. James with the big rebound. Gets it to Gardner. Gardner dishes to Johnson. He'll shoot for a 3, and it's good. Big shot by Ian Johnson. And it's a 3-point game. 31 Tigers, 28 Eagles, with 2:39 left to play in the first half.
Now it's time for some defense. You see Deontay up top here. Let's see some of that good on-ball defense we've been talking about.
Owens will kick it to Sanchez. Sanchez to Lara. He gets it to Bryant. Bryant fakes. Got it to go. Deontay will take it all the way. Is blocked. Ian got the ball. Puts it up. Almost got it to go. and it will be Tigers ball.
If I'm Coach Getch there, I want to see Ian try to take that one all the way to the rim. Right there, you saw him settle. He's got a good jump shot, but ultimately you'd rather see him try to force the issue, take it to the rim, maybe try to make the basket and try to go to the line. So look for Ian to maybe try to make that decision as we move forward, as his shot really hasn't been falling a ton in this first half.
Derek Owens will bring the ball up for the Tigers. Stewart checked back in the game for them. Payton gets it to Owens. He gets it to Sanchez. Sanchez gets it to Stewart. Stewart almost turns it over. Laura will shoot, and it's good.
That was great court vision there by the Trinity player. Was able to throw that ball all the way across court and get it to an open player. Trinity's a very good team. They're a really good shooting team. They're number 2 in the country right now in field goal percentage. They're shooting almost 50%. They're top 5 in the country in three-point shooting. You haven't seen a lot of that early on, but they're a very lethal three-point shooting team, one that the Eagles do not want to leave open on the line, because with good three-point shooting, you can widen the lead real quick.
And just like that, it's a 9-point lead. Tigers are up by 9 with 1:15 left to play in the first half. Tyler's back in the game, and another turnover by the Eagles. Coach is not happy. He'll take a timeout, and we will as well. Back into the game. Tigers will look to inbound. How do you think the Eagles can finish strong with 1:10 left to play? It's kind of hard, but you know.
Yeah, Steven, basketball is really, it's a game of runs. You saw the Eagles, they were down by, I believe, 8 or 9 right there. They narrowed the game back to 3, and then Trinity stretched it back out. So you got to see the biggest thing if you're a good basketball team, you're good at controlling the runs. You want to keep them so that, maybe you give up 5 points, maybe you give up 6 points, but you don't want to give up that 10-0 run. So the Eagles right now are trying to guard against that. Like I mentioned earlier, you want to go into halftime with the game close because you want to give yourself a chance in the second half. You see a foul right there. Trinity's going to go to the line and shoot. Look for the Eagles to push the ball out of the free throws, maybe try to get a basket here, maybe go 2 for 1.
Jordan Stewart will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. Micah Keener will be checking in for Gardner. And it's a 10-point lead with 47 left to play in the first half. Makes the second. Ian will bring it up. Johnson will get it to McCrillis. McCrillis will get it to Deontay Holmes. Johnson thought about it. He will shoot it after the fake. Misses. And Derek Owens will bring the ball up with 29 seconds left to play.
Again, that's where I'd like to see Ian Johnson not necessarily settle for that jump shot, but maybe try to drive the ball. Again, you want to try to get to the line. We're in the bonus right now. You just want to try to score some points. He has a good jump shot, but oftentimes you see him use it maybe a little too much.
And Stewart with the reverse layup. Deontay will have it 4 seconds left. He'll shoot the 3 and almost went in. And that's the score for the first half. 41 Tigers of Trinity College, Eagles 28. We'll check back with you second half, provide highlights, updates, as well as stats, and important for upcoming schedule coming up in the second half.
Under first-year head coach Joe Liwaz, the Eagles finished the year with a 15-6 record and a 6-0 record in conference play. After securing their first regional championship in program history, the Eagles advanced to play in the national tournament, where they defeated Trinity Baptist College to claim their first national title in program history. The following athletes all had a part in securing our first national title: Captain Adrian Torres, Captain Christian Reynosa, Micah Hatcher, Josh Hisbertha, Jake McClellan, Bobby Walker, Jeff Thompson, Jesse Dunbar, Ben Grover, Luke LaForte, Rafael Almeida, Elijah Hisbertha, Micah Adkins, Brett Westervelt, Mark Brown, Taylor Jensen, Travis Rose, Paul Stewart, Tim Yefimov, Nick Stanridge, Emerson Rankin, Kendall Molinex, Riley Bukowski, Ben Hatcher, Hayden Hoffman, Lucas Sampaio, Jason Upchurch, Nathaniel Young, and Paul Justiniano. This season, the Eagles were led by Coach Joe Liwaz with assistant coaches Ryan Kennard, Matthias Canada, and Miguel de Lima. And now, please direct your attention to the northeast corner of the arena for the banner reveal and give it up for your national champions. Soccer fans, stop by the concessions booth just outside the Southwest doors to pick up your National Champions t-shirt. We are now offering long-sleeve Adidas t-shirts. We want to thank everyone for coming out to Christmas with the Eagles and for participating in our toy drive for Christian Service Bible Clubs. Tomorrow, our Bible clubs will have the opportunity to give toys to local children that are in need as they share the gospel and the true meaning of Christmas. And now, our halftime MC and Igor are making their way to center court to award the winners of the Ugly Christmas Sweater Contest.
All right, fans, it's time to award our winners. We have 3 boxes of small cake cupcakes to give to our top 3 contestants. The winning photos will be displayed on the arena screens. If your name is announced, please make sure you make your way down to the center court to receive your cupcakes. Our first winner tonight is going to be Scott Brutal. Second, we have Mr. and Mrs. Wass. And third, we have Jason Wells. Please make your way down to center court. Let's give it up for our winners, guys.
Congratulations to the winners of the Ugly Christmas Sweater Contest, and a special thank you to Small Cakes for sponsoring the prizes.
There isn't something that I don't do. From dusting and facing to cleaning kennels and wiping noses and cutting nails, addressing customer concerns. Most folk don't think about a goldfish in a pet store being a challenge, but there's a purpose. I do what I do to bring glory to God. You know, He's done a lot for us. He does way more than we ever know. We can't be thankful enough. God may have created us for one single moment in time, and if that one moment in time you're not ready, He's got to use a different tool. And I'm hopeful that when that time comes, or how often that time comes, that I'm the tool that's able to be used. The education that was provided for me from Pensacola Christian College helped us as a family take the next step into developing good, sound relationships with our clients, with our vendors, with the patrons of our store. It's a privilege, and it's humbling as that privilege. because there's so much that we don't deserve, and His grace is sufficient. If I can share that part just in a little bit with a client who doesn't know Christ, then I think that's all the more reason to get up in the morning, make sure that that coffee pot is brewing, and we get to washing our hands and dusting our products and opening our front door to do another day of service.
I feel privileged to be in that profession where I get to work with children and to show them love like God shows love to them, and in a way to point them to His love.
I love being around little ones. Makes me feel young, keeps me very busy. If I go home in the afternoon and I'm exhausted, I know I've had a good day.
I love that they don't run out of energy and that they're very exciting and that they say the craziest and silliest things, and their love for just the simple things has taught me a lot, especially during internship. This school was pretty much my only option when I narrowed it down to doing elementary education. Knowing that you got to spend a whole semester in a classroom under a teacher was really a big factor. Even before internship, thinking about it was terrifying, but the teachers did such a good job preparing you on the way and making sure that you knew every aspect of the classroom before they sent you to do it on your own.
We have classes that help them with how to teach lessons, how to look at curriculum, how to make a bulletin board. But then they break off into specialized areas, teaching arithmetic and teaching penmanship, teaching Bible, teaching language arts.
I thought that mainly I would come here because of the internship, but now that I've been here, I know that the Lord wanted me here because of the classes in and of themselves, which led to internship.
They're in a classroom learning the ropes, seeing all the behind the scenes teaching. Because going in, you have seen somebody do it, you can ask all these questions to help prepare you for your first year by yourself. They start out by observing, and then slowly but surely they start taking on one subject, and then they'll add another subject. Until the very end, they usually have 4 or 5 days where they will teach the entire day.
At no point during internship did I feel overwhelmed, but I was overjoyed in a sense because it was so fulfilling to get into a classroom and teach third graders. I felt like it was the best experience and semester of my college career. It didn't feel like a class at all. It felt like what I'm going to be doing when I graduate because I was in the classroom and doing all the things like a normal teacher would.
There are many good Christian schools out there that need teachers, and we're training good Christian educators to go out and to fill that need.
I love every second of it, and I never dread it. And I get to go, and I might not make as much money as some people do, but I'm having a blast, and I know that it's a ministry that the Lord has given me that I can use to influence others around me.
welcome you back to the game. If you're tuning in for the first time, PCC Eagles are playing against Trinity College of Florida. Trinity College right now, the Tigers are 41, Eagles 28. A couple minutes before the second half starts, I want to welcome you to tonight's game. I'm Stephen Bell. Along with me is Noah Frary. Some exciting stuff happened during the halftime, and Noah's going to talk about that as well as provide some stats. And we'll talk about some upcoming games coming up for the next year.
Yeah, Stephen, it was pretty cool to see our soccer team come out here. We haven't had a banner raising ever around here. It's our first national championship, so definitely something to get you a little excited there. Kind of the official end to Eagle soccer season. It's been a good year, but let's get back to this game right now. Early on, you see Trinity, they're shooting right about 48.6% in the game. That's right along with their season average. You're seeing us shoot a little bit below average right now, and so that's why you see a 13-point lead for Trinity. One big takeaway I see for the Eagles right now, Ian Johnson's scoring the ball. He's got 11. Dakota Pratt's doing a real good job rebounding. He's above his season average already. One thing that I'm definitely going to take away from the Eagles defense tonight, we're holding John Coleman down. Like I mentioned before the game, he's scoring 20 points a game. He's only at 3 right now. He's going to come into the second half. He's going to try to score. So really it's going to come down to our defense, continuing to work hard. But if we can keep them that way, I like our chances of at least making this game close and giving ourselves a chance at the end. So really that's what I'm seeing as we head into the second half. I'm sure Coach Getch, ripped into him a little bit. He wants to see a little bit more out of this team, but ultimately we'll see how it goes in the second half. So, Stephen, I know you were coming back. You got a little bit of information of what we might be able to see after the break. So if you want to go into that a little bit.
Yeah, as we're talking about, tonight's the last streaming game. I know it's sad. It's been a great year so far. But next year, our first game will be January 27th versus Welch College. Should be a good game. Tune in for that. We got also after that, we'll have Johnson University of Florida. Of course, the big one, I know everyone's calendars will be circling around, is Bob Jones University, February 10th at 3 o'clock p.m. Don't miss that. Looking back, check in to the second half. Like I said, 41 Trinity, 28 Eagles. And let's see if the Eagles can fight their way back into this game.
Yeah, one quick side note I wanted to make there. I know we have fans listening from all over the country right now. Our Eagles do come back a little bit early each year, and they go on road trips. So make sure to head over to PCCEagles.com. Look at their schedule. If you're in the area, try to make it out. The fans make a huge difference to both the guys and the girls team. So if you can make it out for one of those games, I know it would mean the world to them. So head on over, PCCEagles.com, and check out our upcoming schedule early on in January.
And it will be Tigers ball. Peyton Lane, number 55, will be inbounding the ball for the Tigers. And he'll give it to, as Noah talked about earlier, John Coleman. He'll be back in the game. We haven't seen a lot of him, but as Noah said, to watch him out. He's their leading scorer usually. Laura will have the ball. He'll look to drive. He'll pull up and misses. And Micah Keener with the rebound. Gets to Ian Johnson. James with the ball. James will get it to McCrillis. McCrillis Dakota. He's denied. Gets the ball somehow. Gets it back to McCrillis. Micah takes it all the way. And with the fancy reverse layup, gets it to go.
Yeah, I think he kind of got his hands mixed up there, and somehow the ball ended up going in the rim. It definitely a good start for the Eagles in the second half.
Sanchez to Laura. Laura will get it to Peyton Lane. He'll pull it up. And Dakota with the long rebound. Gets to James. Ian thought about shooting, he will. And big three by Ian Johnson. And just like that, it's an 8-point game, 41-33. Eagles with the 5-0 run here so far.
You know, Stephen, I mentioned early on, he's my offensive player to watch tonight. We needed someone else other than Dakota Pratt to step up. So far, he's done that, 14 points. That big three right there helps cut the deficit back to 8. You see a rebound there, and the Eagles are going to go the other way.
Ian will get to James. Almost turned over. Ian will shoot again. John Coleman with the rebound. He'll take it all the way. Takes it down with the left layup there, and it'll be 43-33. Makes it back to a 10-point game. Ian Johnson with the ball. And somehow, Edmund Laura saved it for the Tigers. It'll be Tigers ball. Costly turnover there by the Eagles. Sanchez will pull up, and it's good. And just like that.
Yeah, there's that three-point shooting we were talking about. They were able to just widen the lead right there, back to 13. That's something we're going to have to hold down in this second half if we want to get a chance to come back.
Acrylis with the ball. Gets a nice pass to Ian. Ian, and definitely he traveled. He thought there was a lot of contact.
Yeah, Ian definitely went to the ground right there, hoping to get a foul call, and it just didn't come. You'd like to see one called there, but it's another turnover for the Eagles.
Derek Owens will check in for Peyton Lane, and Deontay Hollums will check in for Ian Johnson.
That's a well-deserved breather for Ian. He's played a lot of minutes so far. You need Deontay to be able to come in here and spell him, give us a few good minutes on the defensive end, give Ian a breather, and then let's get him back in there, and let's try to, get this deficit down.
Sanchez will pull up. Micah with the rebound, number 32. Splits through two defenders. Dakota, and he is fouled. Coach Getch thought Micah was fouled, but either way, we have a player that will be going to the line shooting two. It'll be Dakota Pratt, number 21.
The biggest change that I've noticed with the Eagles, early on you saw him pounding the inside. You saw him trying to go to McCurlis. You saw him go to Pratt. To be honest, that was the first time I've seen them do that in this second half, and really that's when you started to notice. We had a 7-point lead early on. We were pounding them. We're the better team down low, but we've started to kind of play into their game a little bit. You've started to let their guards get involved, and as I mentioned, their guards are just going to be able to outplay our guards slightly right now. So you want to see the Eagles try to reestablish the inside. You saw them go to Pratt right there. He gets fouled, goes to the line, makes a free throw. You want to see us continue to do that because that right there, that's our advantage.
And it's a good point there. Jeff Surgeon, a few weeks ago, he was here on live stream, and he and I, at least 2 or 3 minutes, it baffled our mind that Dakota had 12 straight points, and he never got the ball again. And it's something of a pattern here. When he's going, there's nobody here can stop him, and it's sad that happens a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. He's leading the Eagles with scoring. He's dropped 35 against one of the best NCCAA teams. So if they just continue to feed him, he's going to continue to score. And so it's really interesting to see how there's these long stretches. There's these 3 to 4, maybe even 5-minute stretches where you don't see them going to him. Right now, he's our bread and butter, and you want to see us going to him a little bit more. Tough foul there by Deontay Hollums. Battling for the ball there. The ref just calls the foul, and it's going to go the other way for Trinity.
Be Trinity's ball, 48-34, 14-point lead. Biggest lead of tonight for Trinity. 16-13 left to play in the first half. Coleman will bring it up. Almost thought about the step back three. Stewart with the ball. Gets it to Sanchez. He'll take it all the way. Dishes out to Stewart, and he almost got it to go. And Dakota with the big rebound. Tyler Rose checks back in the game. Gives it to Deontay. And right now, Eagles need some offense from someone.
Yeah, the Eagles need a spark right now. They look a little lackadaisical out there on offense. We've turned the ball over a few times. We're not scoring, so they really need something right here. You got a big three from Micah Keener in the corner. Just misses it. Deontay with a nice putback. Something you definitely want to see there. Deontay's one of those spark plug players, so we'll see if that ignites the Eagles' offense.
He just came from nowhere. Big rebound there for Deontay and putback. And hopefully gets the crowd back in the game. It sounds like it.
Yeah, Trinity has definitely been able to kind of take the crowd out of the game. I've mentioned, I think our crowd is almost good for 10 or 15 points when they're in it. So the Eagles got to get something going here. They've got to get the crowd in this if they really want a chance at victory. That's a tough turnover there by Tyler Rose.
And just like that, 2 quick turnovers. Tyler Rose loses it. Michael with the foul. And he'll put John Coleman in the free throw line. And as you pointed out, in the second half, beginning of it, to watch out for Coleman because he'll get going. It looks like that's what he's doing. He's having his way right now.
Yeah, he's definitely done that. He's scored a bucket already in this half. He's going to the line here. Pretty good free throw shooter. He may sink both here. We've got to slow him down. If he gets going here with the lead already being 14, it might be the end of the night for the Eagles.
Makes the first. I'm sorry, misses the first.
I think another thing, we've been harping on maybe not going to Dakota as much. The thing with going to Dakota, yeah, Dakota scores the ball a lot, but what it allows you to do is it allows you to maybe have some of those guards playing up top, maybe come down a little closer into the middle, which opens up some lanes for Ian, for Deontay, for James. So if you're not going to Dakota, if Dakota's up here, like right now you're looking at him, he's up top, you're allowing their guards to play a little bit closer on us instead of having to maybe help on defense like you would want them to. So I think, it's kind of a twofold problem there. It's a problem with not getting Dakota the offense, and then ultimately you're kind of allowing Trinity's defense to kind of hurt you.
Coleman thought about it. Get to Stewart. Stewart missed. Dakota with another rebound. Gets it to Tyler. To Dakota. And like we talked about, Dakota gets a rebound as well as the 2 points there.
Yeah, just like that, the Eagles cut it back to 10. That's what they got to do. That's the formula right there. You got to pound the ball into Dakota Pratt. Dakota Pratt's a pretty good passer out of the post, too, so give him a chance to, if he doesn't see the shot, maybe to find the guy in the opposite corner for three. We've got a couple good shooters. They're rhythm shooters. You got to hit them in stride. If you're not hitting them in stride, oftentimes they're not going to make that shot.
Yeah, and something I noticed a few times a lot of points he comes from is he has to create them. Gets off a offensive rebound, finds a way. And it's something not just here, a lot of things, whether it's in the high school, pro, college. It's a lot of the big man slowly losing its way because it's three-point shooting. It's very popular right now. So if a big man gets going, there'll be times where he won't get the ball ever again because it's a lot of three-point shooting. So it'll be nice to see somehow, and you see it, they're trying more and more because he's been of a surprise. He's a great player, great post player, and like you say, he passes too. So it's nice that they're slowly trying to implement him in the offense because he's a phenomenal player.
Yeah, you talk about the NBA there, you talk about some of the bigger college teams, it has gone to the three-point shooting. What player wouldn't rather get 3 points instead of two? Which player would rather not get banged around as much down there and just be able to make the clean shot? You see that kind of with Stephen Curry a lot. He just pulls from downtown. He still can get to the rim, but his bread and butter's out in the above 3-point and even deeper than 3-point range. That's good defense there by the Eagles. Got to get that rebound. There we go.
Oh, Deontay almost turned it over, and he did, but number 3, Anthony Bryant, stepped out of bounds, so it'll be Eagles ball.
Right there again, though, you see the Eagles trying to maybe do a little bit too much there. Instead of just pulling the ball down, maybe chinning it, get the elbows out a little bit, clear some space, slow it down a little bit because we've already proved at this point that we're not a great team when it comes to the running and gunning. As you see, right now we're playing real well in that half court, and a lot of the times, I think that's where a lot of our turnovers are coming from right now, is we're trying to play too fast. You see even just right there, that's the right pass to make, but we're not at the level that we're making that pass yet, and so you almost want to be a little bit smarter. These guys know that they can get that pass, but we're not there yet.
And it's still a 10-point lead. Eagles have had plenty of chances to get it under 10. Bryant will shoot. Not even close. Dakota with the rebound. James will bring it up to Ian. And Ian wisely slows things down. Gets it to Tyler Rose. Rose to Deontay. Deontay gets to James. And he gets Deontay. He thought about it. He'll pull it up. And Tyler Rose with a big offensive rebound. Ian Johnson will shoot a three. And it looks like there'll be a foul by Peoples. He thought he didn't, but there was some contact down there, and it'll be Eagles ball.
Yeah, good battle in there by Dakota Pratt. He did all the work there, and Peoples ended up just fouling him. You see the Eagles in this, almost a half moon shape here. Look for maybe Ian to come to the corner, look for Deontay to maybe come to the corner, look for some movement right here. That's what Coach Getch tries to create a lot of times on these inbounds. Tries to create some mass confusion, and then oftentimes that leads to an open look for the Eagles.
Tyler Rose, and again, another turnover. Tyler Rose, he's had some good sparks so far, but some big turnovers here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Coach Getch, you've got to be frustrated right now. It's not easy with a young team. You're dealing with turnover problems. But the biggest thing you want to start to see is, improvement. And so far early in this season, we haven't seen a lot of improvement. You keep hoping that the deeper we get into this season that maybe some of those problems are going to change. That's a good pass there by James Shadimu. Deontay providing that spark, and just like that, we've narrowed it under 10. It's now 50-42 in favor of Trinity College.
And what was interesting, we just got on Tyler with a big turnover. He actually got the steal there. So something, as a freshman, you got to realize, don't give up. And that's big for him right there.
Yeah, you've got to have a short memory span. He's made a couple bad plays in the last couple possessions, but you got to have a short memory span if you're him. You've got to wipe those 2 turnovers out, and then you can't make up for the 2 turnovers, so now you got to go try and make a play for the Eagles to maybe give them a chance. So that's really what you just saw there. Hustle play.
Dakota looked to inbound, gets it to Clay, who checked in for Tyler Rose. James looking for someone. Deontay will get the ball. There's a lot of contact there, but the refs will let them play. Another contact. Looked like he got fouled. And Sanchez will bring it up. Bond looked like he traveled. And Dakota got the ball. Eagles looks like it's getting a little chippy here on both sides, which we like. It's getting the crowd into the game.
Yeah, it's funny how the game gets a little closer, it gets a little bit chippier, and then you start to see the fans get in. So really that's what the Eagles have been looking for. You saw them standing on their feet for the first couple minutes of this game, and you haven't heard much from them since. I think the loudest cheer of the night we heard was for the soccer team at halftime. So if you're the Eagles, you want to get these fans involved because we continue to mention, I've talked to the coaches. They admit to me that there is a huge advantage playing at home right here. Our fans are electric.
And Ian Johnson with the 3. And another turnover. Ian thought he was pushed, but it will be Tigers' ball. 50-42, 8-point lead with 11:09 left to play in the second half. Coleman will look to bring it up. Stewart inbounded to Coleman. Coleman to Stewart. Stewart gets it to Sanchez. Sanchez back to Stewart. Stewart and traveled. Right called there.
Hey, the Eagles are going to have an opportunity right here. They're going to come up the court, look for maybe a quick 2 here, narrow the deficit back down to 6. Ultimately, you're just looking each possession to maybe take a few more points off and, give yourself a chance at the end. We got about 10 minutes left in the half.
Eagles trying to get out of the press. They will. Gets it to Johnson. He'll go up. A lot of contact. And again, no foul. Number 11 will take it all the way. And he will be, he was fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, Coach Getch is besides himself over here. I don't know how that doesn't get called down here, and then that gets called over on this side. So really what you want to do is you want to see the refs calling it both ways right now. We're not getting that right now. You hope that when you're playing at home you get the calls from the ref, but right now we're not.
And he probably heard it, but Coach was saying it was a foul there, but you got, like you said, got to call both ways.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in this building was denying that was a foul down here on Ian. There was a ton of contact right there. But that's a big swing right there. If Ian either, goes to the line there, he gets a chance to narrow it to 6. But right now you see Trinity shooting, and they've even got a chance to maybe widen it back to double digits here.
Acrylis will come in for Johnson. Acrylis, a fan favorite, set himself a good game first half. We'll see how he plays in the second half.
Yeah, we definitely saw Jared scoring early on. He's gone a little quiet since then. He's only at 4 points right now, so we really need him to step up. you've seen Ian step up, but now we need a little bit more. There's a spark from Dakota. We haven't mentioned that name a lot in the last couple minutes, so the Eagles have got to continue to get him the ball.
Dakota, like you said, 2 big points there for the Eagles. 7-point game. Tigers are up. Coleman will take it all the way. He draws the foul, and he'll be shooting 2. And Tigers now, they're seeing that they are getting the call, so they're just going to driving every time.
Yeah, absolutely. When the calls are on your side, the biggest thing you want to do is drive to the basket. You see that's exactly what John Coleman did. He's having an off night shooting, so he's just trying to get to the line. He's hoping to get some points for his team from the line.
Misses the first. Deontay will come back in. Looks like he was just getting a breather, every little breather, so he can get back in the game because it's some crucial minutes coming up with 10:22 left to play in the second half.
You've definitely seen John Coleman struggle from the free throw line tonight. I believe that's 3 in a row he's missed. He almost missed that one. For as good of a scorer he is, he's definitely leaving some points there on the free throw line.
Deontay with the fake.
I like seeing Deontay pass that up, maybe try to find the open man. He's been a little short on his last couple shots, so you like to see that.
Clay will get it to James. He'll shoot. A big 3 by Clay, and it's a 5-point game. 52-47, Eagles down by 5. Owens will get to Lara for the Tigers. To Bond, he'll pull it up, and it's good.
Man, he's got a really nice shot. That seems to be right inside his range, and I don't think I've seen him not tickle the bottom of the twine since he shot one tonight.
James to Clay. To McCrillis. McCrillis gives it to Clay. 14 left to play in the shot clock. Deontay with the 3. He'll miss. Coleman will get the long rebound. He'll bring it up.
Great transition defense there by the Eagles. Trinity's really been hurting us in transition, so you saw Deontay even come up, give a little bump. Great play there by John Clay. You saw him, we always talk about turning defense into offense there. You saw him turn some offense into some defense there, and the Eagles are going to have an opportunity to go back the other way and cut it back down to around 5.
He's been a big spark so far from off the bench. Coach Getch would love to have him, and he's been rewarding him so far for the minutes he's been able to be on the court.
Yeah, he definitely isn't letting Coach Getch down right now. He's got 2 made 3-pointers. He's got a big charge right there, so exactly what you want to see out of your 7th or 8th man off the bench.
McCrills will get it to Dakota. Dakota sees an offensive foul. Dakota.
That's the right call there. You didn't see Coach Getch argue that one. If Coach Getch isn't arguing a call, it's more than likely the right call. So I would tend to agree there with the ref. Dakota kind of turned into him. The Trinity player was definitely set there, and that's why you saw the offensive foul called on that play.
Coleman will bring it up. He'll get it to Sanchez. He'll pull it up for the long 3. Stewart with the big rebound. Take it all the way, and Derek Owens with a big layup, and then takes it back to a 9-point game with 8:25 left to play in the second half. Deontay with the fake and the block by Stewart. And Tyler will take it all the way Bond, and he'll get and 1, and just like that, it's an 11-point game. As you talked about earlier, Noah, basketball's a game of runs, and just like that.
Yeah, I mean, right there, it's a tough play for John Clay. You might not, at that point, you almost want to just see him give up the basket. That's a freshman play right there. That's he's made a couple good plays, but that wasn't the smartest play.
And Coach Getch will take a timeout, and we will as well. And we're back. 58-47. Tigers are up by 11 with 8:16 left to play in the second half. Tyron Bond will be at the free throw line. He made the first, he made the basket, and he'll be trying to see if he can get the three-point play the old school way.
Yeah, I know, Steven, during the break, you and me were just talking about the consistency. So, talk to me a little bit about that. What do you think is hurting the Eagles right now? Why are you seeing these runs?
Well, a lot of it, it's the guard play. A lot of the guards, they're young, as we were talking about. That veteran experience. The guard's like the quarterback, for basketball. Having him he runs the plays. And Coach Getch, you worked a lot with Getch. He has a lot of plays. He's a very good coach. And if you don't have a veteran guard who can run those plays and make sure the team is following everything to the T, you're going to have a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, and another thing we haven't even talked about to this point tonight, but our main guard, Justin Jekyll, he's out with a hurt hand tonight, so that definitely hurts us. But you do see two, very young guards in James, even John, John Clay, Tyler Rose. You see some of those players having to run the point right now. They're struggling a little bit. The game is a little fast for them right now. So that's definitely hurting the Eagles. What you're seeing is Deontay's having to try to run the point. Ian's having to run the point, and they haven't had to do that their entire career. They're off-ball players, so that's definitely hurting us this evening.
Deontay O'Pole, looks like there's a foul before the play, and
they're going to call over the back there on Ian. That is a tough foul. I don't think we've gotten a call all night tonight, and I don't like to complain about the refs very often.
Yeah, like you say, you think at home we would get a lot of the foul calls, but that's not the case tonight. And Coleman will be going to the line for 1-and-1. Tyler Rose looks to be checking in soon, as well as Marlon Gardner.
I got to admit, John Coleman is definitely not hurting us on the free throw line tonight. I'm not even I know he's only made one at this point. He's missed 5 or 6. A good drive there by James. James is going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2 here for the Eagles.
Some big free throws coming up.
I think right now, Steven, the biggest thing you want to see is you want to see them maybe cut the lead to 5. You want to see them get it down there maybe with 5 minutes left. That gives Coach Getch a little bit of room to start working. He's got some timeouts left. He's very good when it comes down to closing games. But if you're at 12, if you're at 10 right now, you don't give him as much of an opportunity to do that. So if you're the Eagles out here, you want to get it close, and then you want to get your general over here, like I like to call Coach Getch. You want to let him take you home.
And James missed the second, made the first. Bond with the rebound. He'll get it to Owens. And he'll get it to Peoples. He played a lot of the first half, but he will come in now. Try maybe give Coleman some off-ball duty. Coleman with the ball. Owens takes it all the way. Gives it to Peoples. He passes it to Stewart. Stewart misses. Jared McCrillis with a big rebound. And a big pass as well. Gardner gets to James. Alex Dickerman got the ball. He'll shoot. And a big shot by Alex Dickerman, the freshman. And it's a 9-point game. 6:40 left to play in the second half. Coleman with the ball. Gets it to Stewart. Owen, he definitely, yeah, okay. I'm glad we saw something there.
Steven, I think you were trying to call that one for the ref right there, but that one was pretty obvious. So
if they didn't
call
call
by the ref.
If they didn't call that, he was booking his ticket.
He definitely was, because I think he would have heard it coming down on this end, if not from Coach Getch.
A lot of steps, man. All right, it will be Tyler Rose bringing the ball. He just checked in. Gets it to Gardner. To Dickerman. Dickerman will pull up. And Coleman will bring it up for the Tigers. And a big steal by Dickerman. So far, the freshman, Alex Dickerman, PCA graduate, has been the spark for the PCC Eagles.
Let's see if they can turn that defensive play into some offense here. We're down by 9. We need a spark. Look at Ian Johnson here. He hasn't scored in a couple minutes. Look for the Eagles to maybe try to go to him. Again, he oftentimes settles for the jump shot, but when he drives just like that, that's exactly what you want to see. Nice putback there by Jared McCrillis. Cuts the deficit to only 7 for Trinity.
And no one probably saw it, but Dickerman had a big screen for Johnson to drive, so the little things, you got to be happy with that. Tigers look to take a timeout. 59-52 left to play, 5:34. And what do you like so far from what you've seen from the Eagles?
Yeah, you mentioned the little things right there. You got the steal down there by Alex Dickerman. Really, it's all starting right there with him. Nice, beautiful screen right there. That freed up Jared McCrillis to get that put back. So what you want to see from these freshmen, you want to see them come in and do their job. Right now, you're seeing Alex Dickerman come in and do his job. So if you're the Eagles, you want to continue to see that. You need big minutes from your freshmen. We're going to need those every single night. So that's one of the biggest things. We're needing an adjustment out of the timeout. Again, you're probably going to see Dakota Pratt checking back in here pretty soon. You may see Deontay coming back in here. We need some offense. Down by 7, we're exactly where we want to be. I mentioned we want to try to have it at 5, right around 5 minutes. We're almost there. Again, we need to get this crowd involved. They're slowly starting to get a little bit more involved. If you can get them fully involved, I like our chances at least making this close. As I told you, ultimately I want to put the game in the hands of Coach Getch, because so often he has a way of at least keeping it close, giving you a chance to maybe hit a bucket at the end to either tie it or to send it into overtime. So that's exactly what I want to see from these Eagles. I want to see them, keep it close and give Coach Getch a chance to bring it home for the Eagles this evening.
Well, as of the look of it so far, it looks like they've been listening to you, because it's almost 2-5. So keep saying good things. It's 59-52, 5:34 left to play. Tigers look to inbound, and they will. Peoples with the ball. And he'll get it to Coleman. Coleman will shoot. And Ian Johnson with the long rebound. He'll go all the way. And with the old school Euro step, he makes a big basket there. And it's a 5-point game. 5:14 left to play. And Noah, that's what you wanted, and we got it.
It is absolutely what I wanted. And the other thing I've been talking all night is getting this crowd involved. And as you can hear on the broadcast right now, they're in it. A play like that ignites the fans. It even ignites the Eagles. So let's see if they can get a big defensive stop here and give us a chance to maybe get down here. Another tough foul by the ref.
Yeah, it looked like he almost got away with travel as well, but there was contact. And it looks like he'll be going to line shooting 2. And so far, you've laid the script. And let's see if we can pull out the win here. It's a 5-point lead. 4:55 left to play. Plenty of time left. Just some big time. They can't afford to make mistakes here.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this last Monday. We saw the Eagles get it close towards the end. They weren't able to close, but it's those type of games that give you the ability to come back and play in a game like tonight. So look for the Eagles to maybe take some of that experience from last Monday night. Coach Getch, he goes back and studies these things, so he'll even have a better game plan tonight. Look for the Eagles to continue to, try to narrow this lead, maybe get the lead. So we'll see how that turns out. But, ultimately, these games are really what helps prepare you for later in the season. Close games are exactly what you want. You don't want to play in blowouts because you don't learn a lot from your team in a blowout.
And Coleman with the rebound. Peoples missed the second free throw. And he lost it, and it'll be Eagles ball.
We've mentioned Alex Dickerman a few times. I think one of the biggest things I'd like to continue to see as he develops as a player is the rebounding. In high school, you saw he put up double digits almost every game. Part of that's just because of his height. I mean, he was just able to straight out jump guys. Here at the college level, he's going to need to learn how to box out a little bit better. And ultimately, if he can begin to do that, if he can evolve as a player, as a better rebounder, you're going to see him become a very dominant player. Great play there by Ian Johnson, cuts the deficit back down to 4. You've seen a huge spark out of Ian right now.
And Eagles are back in this game. 4:10 left to play in the second half. Coleman gets to Stewart. And they call a foul.
I believe that's going to put Trinity in the 1-and-1 here, so number 33 is going to go and shoot the 1-and-1. You also got Dakota Pratt checking back in here for Alex Dickerman. He's probably in here for the long haul now. We're only got 4 minutes to play. It'll be interesting to see the Eagles got their bigs on the court. Look for them to pound them inside. Look for Ian to maybe drive through the lane. They're going to try to get inside right now because the shooting hasn't exactly been there tonight.
Stewart makes the first one to get to have the other one. And Dakota had a lot of rest, so hopefully some big baskets here for him. We'll need him. It's a 4-point game. I'm sorry, they adjusted now. 5-point game, 61-56. He misses the second. Tyler with the rebound. He's getting trapped here. This is where the Eagles have struggled in the past. Ian Johnson single-handedly breaks through the press. It should be Eagles ball, and it will be.
Ian Johnson jumps up. He was trying to get the ball there to Jared McCrillis. He kind of got caught in the air there, got bailed out by Trinity and having them knock the ball out of bounds.
Tyler get it to Dakota, to Gardner. Gardner with the turnover. And the foul as well. Coach Getch is not happy. He's seen enough. And Deontay Hollums will check back in after the first free throw.
That's tough there. You got Marlon Gardner. He's your senior. You need him to come in and step up. That's a tough play right there. You need a little bit more out of him.
Coleman makes the first one. .346 left to play in the second half. Eagles are in the penalty. Coleman makes both. It's a 7-point game now.
Well, the great players, they often find a way to fix their problems. We've been talking about his free throw issue tonight, and he, right there he sinks 2 in the clutch.
And another turnover by the Eagles. And it seems like, and then turnover by the Tigers. So Eagles get the ball here. A nice pass. Looked like Jared was fouled before. And right now, it seems like the Tigers are not doing anything. It's the Eagles themselves that are letting the Tigers get back in this game.
Absolutely. We're beating ourselves right now. We had it worked down to 4. You see a couple of turnovers. The story of the night, really, if you were the Eagles, is the turnover problem again. So really, we've beaten ourselves in these last couple minutes. We need to calm down. We need to take care of the basketball. If we take care of the basketball, we've still got a chance, but we're going to need to start doing that in a hurry.
Jared misses the free throw. Peoples will look to bring it up. Peoples will get it to Stewart. Stewart to Bond. Looks like he traveled to Sanchez. Sanchez back to Peoples. He'll pull up, misses, gets his own rebound, and Dakota with the big rebound. And if the Eagles are not careful, there's 2:50, plenty of time left, but they got to get someone to score here. Jared looks like he was fouled. No call. Stewart with the rebound. And Bond is fouled. And again, like we talked about earlier, it seems like, we're not getting anything on our end.
Yeah, that's a ticky-tack foul right there. Again, even the one thing I can say there is you want your freshmen there to be a little bit smarter. You're now going to give them a chance to now add a third point. You don't want to be giving them extra points at this point in the game.
It's a 9-point lead, 65-56, 2:33 left to play in the second half. And right now, the offense needs to come from someone. And we'll see who they go to. Because right now, there's been a lot of turnovers, but it needs someone to get some baskets here. McCrillis. We get Dakota. Back to McCrillis. McCrillis turns it over. James gets the rebound. He's fouled. And a big opportunity here for a 3-point play.
Now, Steven, you asked for a spark there, and James Shadimo just provided that. He's going to go to the line here with a chance to cut the deficit down to 6. The Eagles, every possession is critical at this point, whether they're on the defensive end or the offensive end. They're going to continue. They got to take it a possession at a time. you know, again, I keep harping on this. We've got to give Coach Getch a chance to, you know, take us home at the end of this. He's going to keep it close, but ultimately we've got to give him that opportunity.
And James will make it.
We're going to have a full timeout here from Coach Getch. We're going to take a break here. We've got 2 minutes remaining, so we want to save our voices as we get into the end of this game. So we're going to take a break here, and we'll come back with some analysis out of the break.
And we're back. 65-59 is the score. Trinity College Tigers are 65, PCC Eagles 59. 2:18 left to play in the second half. And the Eagles have tried to get their way back in this game, and they have. And we'll see what will happen the next couple minutes here. Stewart looked to inbound for the Tigers. And it'll be Tigers ball. To get it to Peoples. Eagles try the press. Coleman will have it. It looks like the Eagles are really trying to get a steal here, or a turnover. And Coleman is fine, has no problem wasting time off the clock. And they'll call foul. Looks like there wasn't too much contact, but the refs thought he saw enough, and Coleman will go to the free throw line.
This is college basketball, and these guys are strong. That's not a foul, plain and simple. If you're Coach Getch, that's simply frustrating. Your team has narrowed the gap back down to 6, and then you get that called. Not very easy to come back and win a game if you're not going to get if that call is going to go against you.
Coleman missed the first one, made the second. 7-point game. Micah Keno will bring it up. He'll get Deontay. Back to Micah. Dakota will have it. And Jared saved it. Looks like it would have been a turnover. Dakota will go up. He'll make the basket. And it's a 5-point game. 1:42 left to play. They're trying to tell them to foul someone, and they fouled Coleman. They're hoping they would foul Stewart.
They put Coleman on the line again. As we've mentioned several times, he's their best scorer, but he's been struggling from the line tonight, so he's the opportune person to put there, make him beat you. We'll see what happens.
Coleman makes the first one. And you can hear assistant coach telling him, do not foul zero, try to foul Stewart, number 33. He missed the second one, so it worked out. Need a bucket here. Deontay's fouled. And he'll go to the line.
Yeah, here's a chance right here for the Eagles to cut the lead back down to just 4. Look for Deontay Hollums to try to make these free throws. You might see a timeout if he makes both here from Coach Getch. Look to give his guys a little bit of a breather with only 1:30 left.
Misses it. And Coleman will have the rebound. They don't want to foul him. Stewart's who they want to foul. And they instead foul number 11, Derek Owens. Makes the first one. Ian Johnson, Dakota Pratt will come back in for Gardner and Jared McCrillis. Makes both free throws. It's an 8-point game with 1:15 left to play in the second half. And almost turned over there. Tyrone Bond with the steal. Stepped out of bounds. Deontay with the inbound. Got Mike at the James. Dakota misses. Ian gets the ball. He's fouled. And a big basket here for the Eagles.
That's a big basket there by Ian Johnson. Maybe a little, not enough. We're getting to the end of the game. You hope he converts the free throw here. He gets it back to 5, and we see what happens. But ultimately, I think what's really hurt us tonight has just been the turnovers. We've seen that time and time again. The Eagles go on a run, and then there's a turnover. We've talked about this being a game of runs, and so far tonight, the Eagles have really hurt themselves that way.
And they don't want to foul Coleman, so they're hoping he passing. And finally, they told. And Deontay fouled Coleman, but they didn't see it, which we're thankful for. Instead, what we wanted the person to be fouled was Stewart, and he is. He'll go to the line. So hopefully he can miss this, and maybe we can get to a 3 or 2-point game.
Yeah, and if he misses this, ultimately, you're going to come back the other way. You don't necessarily need a 3 right here. You might want to look for a quick 2. If the 3 presents itself, then definitely you're going to look at taking it. Look for Deontay Hollums there, maybe Micah Keener to take that 3. But if not, you want your slashers, Ian Johnson and James Shadimu to probably try to cut to the basket. Again, missed 2 free throws right there. You see Micah Keener bringing the ball up for the Eagles.
And they are in foul trouble. Both teams are. So you're hoping they'll try to take it all the way in. They do. And Ian Johnson with the big bucket. And the Eagles will call timeout. And it's 66-69 with 43 left to play. And Noah, what'd you like to see so far?
Yeah, that right there, I just talked about it. That was the game plan. He misses both free throws here. You get the ball up the court quickly. Ian had a chance to settle for the 3 there. He didn't settle for the 3. He drove the ball, got to the hoop, scored the basket, gives Coach Getch there a chance to call the timeout, give his team a little bit of a breather. The Eagles are going to come. They're going to have to play some high-pressure defense right here. They need a stop. If they get a stop, I like their chances to get back down to this end and at least cut the deficit to 1, if not tie this game up. Again, we've been talking all night. We need these fans to get involved. One big defensive stop right here, and they're going to be involved. Give the Eagles a chance to maybe have a shot as the buzzer expires tonight.
43 left to play in the second half. Eagles are only down by 3 now. They've been surviving a lot of runs, and they finally got a big run here. And we'll see what happens with 43 left to play.
Yeah, absolutely. A good team. They're able to take the gut punches. They're able to get back up and perform when it counts. Let's see what team the Eagles are tonight. Are they going to be the good team, or are they going to be the team that wilts under the pressure? Hopefully tonight they're able to perform under pressure.
And Stewart will inbound. They don't want him to be fouled, but that's who we want to foul. It gets it to Coleman. And almost turn it over, and they'll foul Owens. And
definitely have been a lot of fouls called in this game. You see both teams with 10. That's where it stops on the scoreboard, so you know there's been a few more than that, but it's definitely helped make this a slow game. You haven't seen, it has definitely been breaking up the flow of this game. Very difficult sometimes to even watch.
Owens makes the first one. He'll make 2 big free throws for the Tigers. Eagles will bring it up. They're still in this, so they need a big basket here. And big steal there by Peoples. And basket there by Owens, and it'll be a 7-point game. Not sure if there's enough time left. Ian will pull. Big three. He's not giving up. Ian Johnson does not want to give up.
Ian Johnson definitely fights to the buzzer. That may have gotten him into the 20-point range with that three-pointer. He's scored a lot tonight. He stepped up for the Eagles. I definitely have been excited to see that. We mentioned that early on, needing to see that second dominant score. The biggest thing I think that's hurt us tonight, again, the turnovers, but I'm gonna harp on one other thing. It's Dakota Pratt disappearing in the second half. You saw early on him scoring at will, but you've seen him disappear. He might have 4 or 5 in the second half, but he definitely hasn't been that dominant force that you constantly need him to be. If the Eagles want to start to win some of these close games, we're going to need both of them firing on all cylinders, and we may even need a third person to step up at this point.
2 free throws made by Coleman. Ian will pull up again. Looks like there's a lot of contact there. He'll get the rebound. He's not giving up. The Pratt will make it. Looks like there's a lot of contact. He was fouled. And it's a ball game. Tigers will win 75-69. Eagles, valiant effort, but it was just short. I want to thank you again for tuning in and know what some thoughts you saw about this game overall.
Yeah, I mean, it's another building block for the Eagles. We saw another close game here last Monday night at home against Concordia, losing by 4. Tonight we lose by 6, I believe. We got to start finishing these close games. They had their chances to win this game tonight. Again, you saw the turnovers kind of take over at the end, and ultimately when that happens, you're probably not going to win the game. So if I'm Coach Getch heading into this second half, I'm definitely looking to, clean that part of my game up with this team. They've got a chance. They've been in both of these games recently. One of these nights they're going to walk away with a W here. So ultimately, as we continue into the season, that's what you're hoping to see. So I want to thank you for joining us tonight. We're glad that you were able to tune in and watch this game. As I mentioned early on, this will be our last streamed game of the year, but we're going to head into the second half. We've got a road trip, so make sure to head over to PCCEagles.com. Check out our road schedule. Like I mentioned, if you have a chance, try to stop by one of these games. The guys would definitely appreciate it. If you can't make it out, make sure to follow the Eagles on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Keep up with your Eagles throughout the break. So thank you again for joining in. And on behalf of Stephen Bell and myself, have a great evening.